Welcome to Stuffs You Missed, your channel for exploring the hidden corners of history and folklore. Today we journey to Thailand to uncover a story not of a ghost you see, but of a ghost you feel, a terrifying presence that turns the sanctuary of sleep into a waking nightmare. This is the story of Phi Am. Phi Am, which translates literally to the pressing ghost, is one of the most pervasive and chilling figures in Thai folklore. Unlike spirits seen flitting through graveyards or heard wailing in abandoned houses, Phi Am is an entity that is felt, a malevolent force that attacks in the vulnerable state between sleep and consciousness. It is the traditional Thai explanation for the universal and deeply unsettling phenomenon of sleep paralysis. A legend born from the terror of being awake but unable to move. The nature of Phi Am is defined by its method of attack. It does not haunt dreams or manifest from a distance. It preys on people as they lie in their beds. Victims report being mentally awake and fully aware of their surroundings, yet their bodies are completely The defining sensation is an immense, crushing pressure on the chest or throat, as if an unseen person is sitting on them or attempting to choke the life from their lungs. This physical violation is almost always accompanied by a wave of intense, primal fear and panic, a sense of absolute helplessness in the face of an invisible aggressor. The classic Phi Am experience follows a terrifyingly consistent pattern. It often begins with a sudden, jarring awakening in the middle of the night. The victim finds themselves locked in full-body paralysis, unable to move a muscle, speak, or even scream for help. Breathing becomes shallow and difficult, creating a horrifying sensation of suffocation or drowning. Alongside this physical torment is the unshakable certainty that another presence is in the room, a silent, malevolent entity that is impossibly close. This certainty is frequently amplified by sensory experiences that blur the line between reality and hallucination. Victims report hearing faint whispers, the sound of footsteps approaching the bed, or feeling a cold breath near their ear or neck. In older oral traditions, the presence takes on a more visual, albeit nightmarish, form. Accounts describe dark, indistinct shadow figures looming in the corner of the eye, hag-like forms with menacing features, or faceless entities crouching directly on the victim's chest. Yet, across all these variations, three key traits remain constant. Phi Am is always silent, always heavy, and always terrifyingly close. Traditional Thai beliefs offer a framework for understanding who Phi Am targets and why. It is widely believed that the ghost is most likely to attack people who sleep flat on their back, a position thought to leave the chest and spirit vulnerable. The ghost is also said to prey on those who are in a weakened state, whether physically exhausted, emotionally fragile, frightened, or spiritually unprotected. For generations, Thai elders have passed down a simple but urgent warning to children: "Don't sleep flat on your back, or the ghosts will come and sit on you." This advice is not merely a folk remedy. It is a cultural pillar built on a foundation of shared fear. In darker corners of Thai spiritual belief, Phi Am is not just a random malevolent spirit, but can be a weapon. It is thought that the ghost can be intentionally sent to torment an individual through the practice of sayaset or Thai black magic. In these cases, the purpose is not to kill the victim, but to inflict relentless suffering, draining their physical strength, emotional well-being, and sense of peace. This belief transforms Phi Am from a simple folkloric entity into a potential tool of human malice, adding another layer of dread to its legend. The fear is not just of the ghost, but of the enemy who may have sent it. Given the terror associated with this entity, a host of protective practices have evolved over centuries. The most common precaution is to sleep on one side, heeding the age-old wisdom. Many Thais place Buddha amulets near their pillow or on their headboard, believing the sacred power will repel evil spirits. Others tie blessed thread, known as Sai Sin, around the bedposts to create a protective spiritual boundary. Chanting short protective mantras, or kata, before sleep is another common practice to fortify the mind and spirit. In a nod to older pre-Buddhist animist beliefs, some people still keep a knife or a metal object near the bed, as metal is thought to ward off ghosts. However, there is a crucial and humbling belief tied to these measures. They are only precautions, not guarantees. Once Phi Am attacks, traditional wisdom holds that resistance is impossible. You can only endure. Modern medicine, of course, offers a scientific explanation for this terrifying experience. The phenomenon is identified as sleep paralysis, a condition that occurs during the transition between stages of sleep. It happens when the brain awakens before the body's muscles, which remain in a temporary state of paralysis characteristic of REM sleep. The intense fear, the sense of a presence, and the auditory or visual phenomena are classified as hypnagogic or hypnopompic hallucination. Dreamlike experiences that occur as one is falling asleep or waking up. The pressure on the chest is explained by the combination of muscle, atonia, and the panicked brain's attempt to control breathing. However, while science can explain the neurological mechanism, it cannot erase the profound and visceral terror of the experience. For the countless individuals who have felt the crushing weight of Phi Am, the neat box of sleep paralysis often feels inadequate. Many victims, even those who understand the science, insist that what they endured felt too real, too intentional, and too malevolent to be a mere trick of the brain. The scientific explanation provides a how, but it fails to satisfy the why that echoes in the mind of the terrified victim. The cultural significance of Phi Am cannot be overstated. Its legend is known nationwide in Thailand, a shared story that transcends social, economic, and geographical divides. It is an experience reported by devout believers and staunch non-believers, by people in remote rural villages and those in the bustling metropolis of Bangkok. The story of Phi Am endures because it so perfectly blends the disparate threads of the Thai worldview. Ancient animist fear of the unseen world, the Buddhist spiritual framework of karma and protection, and the universal psychological vulnerabilities that are part of the human condition. It is a mirror reflecting a culture's deepest anxieties about the unknown. At its core, the legend of Phi Am touches upon a fundamental human fear. It transforms sleep, which should be an act of peace and restoration, into a moment of profound danger. It speaks to the terrifying idea that our own bodies can betray our minds, and that consciousness alone offers no protection from harm. In the silent darkness of the bedroom, the mind can become a prisoner within a paralyzed vessel, utterly helpless against a perceived threat. Ultimately, whether you call it a ghost, a hallucination, or a neurological event, the name loses all meaning in the moment of the attack. In that sliver of time when the mind is awake but the body is a tomb, what remains is not a debate between folklore and science. What remains is the raw, undiluted feeling of fear, the suffocating reality of helplessness, and the unforgettable weight of a presence that should not be there. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the folklore of fear, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support is greatly appreciated and helps us continue to bring you these stories from the forgotten pages of history.